Hello, my name's Katie and welcome to my shed. You're never gonna guess what's happening today. Go on, I'll give you a minute. The sun is out. It's not raining. The first day in forever. Anyway, how are you keeping? I feel like I was only talking to you yesterday because I was. But it's new video day, so welcome. I have, since we last spoke, been out and bought some frames, and I framed up the pictures that we did last week, and I like them. I think they look pretty nice. I don't love them as much as those ones, but you know, that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is actually gesso some more of the like wooden plaques. What are they called? Wooden boards to paint onto. So I edit these videos, and honestly the amount of times I'm cutting out me fumbling over words is crazy. Anyway, that's what we've done this morning, and I'm gonna do a little bit of gardening whilst the sun's out, just to fill up the brown bin. So the birds are enjoying the sunshine as well, so that is lovely. Okay, what's the plan for today? I am going to do a little bit of playing. I wanted to play with my watercolours a little bit more, the ones that we bought a couple of weeks back, the Roma Szmal ones, just to try and do some sort of really loose florals, because we're debating whether that will be one of the workshops later in the year, and I just feel like I want to have a bit of a play, experiment, and yeah, see what happens. So we're going to do that. And there was something else I was going to do. Yes, I've remembered. So yesterday I took myself out on a little artist date. So I am going to put in the clips of that. That's the dehumidifier. I've turned it off and it's telling me off. I'm going to pop in some clips of that. I did do a little short, but not all. I recorded more in landscape mode. So for long form it's landscape, and then short form it's portrait mode. Otherwise you get, it doesn't fit the screen properly. Anyway, so I recorded some more in that, so I'm going to add that all in now so that you can see some of the other stuff that I looked at when I was there. And the plan was I was going to go out and do some drawing and, you know, be like a proper artist at an exhibition, but I'm a big chicken. And it was quite busy, like not as in busy enough that you could be anonymous, but busy enough that, quite enough that people would notice if you were doing drawing, but busy enough that people would notice if you're doing drawing. And so I took some clips of the exhibition and thought I would use it to inspire something this week. I did bring back the leaflet. So this was the exhibition I went to. It's the wonderful world of the Ladybird Books. It's on until the 29th of March. So if you're within sort of the Cambridge, you know, half an hour drive or so of Cambridge, it was a nice little exhibition, worth a pop over there. It's not very big, so I would say, you know, you don't want to drive too far. It takes me about 20 minutes, half an hour to get there, and I probably wouldn't want to drive further because realistically the actual exhibition takes about half an hour to get round. There's not a lot else there. There's a coffee shop, so you could have coffee and cake, and you could probably go for a walk nearby because it's near, I didn't say where it is, it's at Stapleford Granary, which is near Cambridge. So you could go for a walk afterwards around Wandlebury, that's quite near. And if you don't know that area, they've just excavated, is that the right word? Some archaeologists have just dug up the remains of 3 people which they think are Vikings, so that's quite fun. Wandlebury is one of the, like the old Roman, I won't say Roman settlement, I can't remember, it's been a long time, but obviously it was a Viking one as well. You don't come here for the history, do you? Good. Anyway, so that's what I went to. I'll pop up the clips in a second and then we'll talk about what we're going to draw today. Yeah, but do pop along if you have a chance. Right, that was really waffly and probably factually incorrect with regards to Wandlebury, and I'm going to do some gardening. I'll see you in a bit. Well, this is going to be awkward. I will try to film, but if I don't, just trust that I'm doing it. I'm sat in a car park and there's people opposite watching me, so I feel a bit of a plum. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. It's so cosy with the heater on, and I've got to turn it off to talk to you. Oh, look at that strange hair. I probably should go and put my hat on because it's beautiful outside, but it's cold. Right, let's turn this heater off and the dehumidifier off, and we can talk. Right, I did have another look around the garden and I cannot find anything to draw, so we're not going to do that. Instead, I thought that it would be sensible. Sensible is not the right word. Make more sense, maybe. Logical. Anyway, I thought it would make more sense to go and have a look. Go and get one or two of my Ladybird books that I've got and draw something from there, because we've been to the exhibition, so that makes sense. I've got quite a lot of the bird books, so I brought this one out, which is the Ladybird Book of Birds. I was just having a look to see which of the artists did it, and it is John Lee Pemberton. I'm pretty sure we saw his work yesterday, and there's a few that I really like. I love this little black and white one, and I did debate whether we should do a little woodcut or line out and do one of those, but actually I think I've decided, if I can find it now, I might do a starling, because I think that would be quite fun in watercolours. We may well do a couple. I might try and do this drawing. I mean, he looks a little bit cross, doesn't he? But I feel like that might be quite a fun one to do with the watercolours we've got. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Any questions? Good. Let's crack on. Okay. Is it my best work? No, it's not. But, you know, does it represent this? Kind of. Not either. I mean, the colours are absolutely nowhere near. The drawing is not too bad, but the colours are nowhere near. But that is because I'm only using these at the moment, and it's not a challenge. I can use other paints, so I probably will. Right, let's get a bigger piece of paper, or a new piece of paper, and we'll draw it out properly. Okay, well that was quite fun, but you're not going to be surprised to know that I've gone too far. I was only meant to be doing like a light wash for the watercolour and then going over the top, and I didn't do a light wash. It's too much, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is just let it dry, and then maybe do some gouache over the top. Well, that was fun. I mean, it's very it's a fun drawing. Anyway, we're not here to judge, are we? We're here to watch me make a mess on a bit of paper. But I actually really like it. I think, okay, look, it's somewhat different, but that's okay. Not quite as different as that one was. The only thing I'm not sure about is this area, but I felt like it needed something, so that's what we went with. So, right, let's peel do the peel, because the peel's the best bit, isn't it? Right, let's take a closer look. So I like the flatness of the sky. This has turned out okay, and actually I'm liking the marks on the starling. I'll just help. Let's bring them a bit closer. I think they're fun, and they were fun to do, and I quite like him. I'm enjoying this shadow area. This is not right. I think I will probably go over with a different colour for this. But actually, all in all, it's quite a fun little painting. Okay, I've just taped it off, and I've mixed up this colour. Right, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm probably going to go in with some flowers, like little primroses or primulas, because that's the kind of leaf we're representing. Yeah, that's better. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that to dry and then come in and finish off with the details tomorrow. The gouache needs to dry a bit more, otherwise I'm going to make more of a mess. I was going to say a bit of a mess, I mean more of a mess. I'm already fiddling. Someone shouts at me, say, put it down, Katie. Can't help myself. Just one more little bit. One more little bit. Okay, now I'm stopping. It's sweet, isn't it? Right, I'm going to see you in about 1 second, and it'll be overnight for me. See you in a minute. Bye. Well, the weather's turned, doesn't it? if you're UK, oh, I don't know if you're UK or if it's just an East Anglian thing. Yesterday was gorgeous, wasn't it? Today it's snowing. Sleety, snowy, miserable horribleness. So I was meant to go and do a tip run today, which I was very excited about, and then I was like, do you know what, I don't need to be going to the tip in this weather, so I'm not, but it is pretty grim. So I'm just fiddling around with this drawing a little bit more. I popped in a couple of primulas on the leaves, and I'm just going to sort of make the grass a little bit less messy, I think, and then I think we're done. So let me turn you around, we'll faff around with it together, and yeah, I think then we're done. The snowflakes are coming down very chunkily. I have just realised that again it didn't record. I don't know what's going on with it, because I'm sure I pressed it and I'm sure it did start recording, so whether it just stopped, I don't know. Anyway, let me show you where we're at. So this is the final piece. All I did was I flattened this out a little bit more, slightly changed the colour. You can see closer up it was kind of more of a green grey, and now it's more of a blue grey, and I've popped some little primulary type flowers on, and I think that's about it really. But actually I think it's quite sweet. I think it might be the sort of thing that I could scan quite nicely. I'm not sure it's the birds of choice like that would sell, because there's not that many people that like starlings and missel thrushes, but I quite like the style of it, and I'm quite tempted to do a few more hand-drawn mixed media images like this that I could then scan in and get printed as cards rather than the digital ones. So I'll have a think about that. So let's have a look back at what else we did. So we did these ones, which were much less successful. But, you know, did that, and it was based on these drawings. So these are paintings by, I did tell you yesterday, I can't remember his name, John Lee Pemberton. And I don't know if they were watercolours originally or if they were, let's have a look. It just says illustrations, it doesn't say what medium he painted them in. But yeah, I don't know if you can see it. So that's what we were dealing with. And then we got something that looked a little bit different. So I feel like as an exercise, that was quite fun. I have been watching quite a lot of people who are doing like master copies of things at the moment. And although this isn't quite a master copy, and it's definitely not of the same style, I quite like the idea of taking illustrations like the ones from these Ladybird books and doing something a little bit different with them. I'm not sure where I would stand, like if I did then want to turn them into greeting cards or anything like that. I don't feel like I could do that. There must be some sort of law against it, so maybe I won't do that. But yeah, I quite like the idea of it, and I might do some more drawings like this because the thing that I quite like about it, it's a bit like with those bird art challenges I did earlier in the year, is it kind of takes away the needing to think and sort of design a composition, that sort of thing, because you're just recreating what you've already seen. So I guess it's good from that point of view, and then you can just concentrate on playing with the different paints and mixed media that you've got in front of you. So I probably will do some more of that style of thing. I don't think that makes sense. I'll probably do some more paintings out of these sorts of books. Maybe not this one, maybe it will be this one, who knows. So I hope you've enjoyed today. What did we do? We went out, we went to the exhibition, and then came back and recreated some of it in mixed media. So if you have got a chance before the 29th of March, get yourself down to Stapleford Granary. I think one of the websites there, you can have a little read, look it up, and yeah, go and check it out. It was quite a fun little exhibition. Let me know in the chat, have you got any other exhibitions coming up that would be worth my while checking out? Let me know. I'm always on the hunt for something to do. No, I'm not, I'm lying, I don't like leaving the house, but I'm gonna make myself. So as part of this year of development, I do want to take myself out on a few more artist dates. So yeah, let me know if you've got any coming up that are worth my time going to. So thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please do subscribe. I said it last week, but I think apparently a lot of people are watching videos on the telly, and that makes it quite hard to subscribe. So if you can, then please do. And what's the other thing I need to ask you to do? Oh, give me a thumbs up and all of that stuff. So that would be great. But most importantly, do just leave me comments, because I like chatting with you. It makes it feel like I'm not just doing this on my own in my shed. So do that. So if you get a chance, please write a comment. Okay, have a lovely week, and I will see you soon. Bye.